Hi guys, this is Holly. I know it's been a while since that I've been online on air or have posted videos since my last juicing fast, which was 2014. I do believe I gave an update in 2015. Um, yeah, life's kind of crazy right now, and I am on day 8 of 30 of a juicing fast. And I wanted to vlog for you guys from day one, but I really didn't get the chance because, again, I'm so extremely busy with my life right now. Uh, but I know I have a lot of people out there asking a lot of questions about a juicing fast. I also have people who have subscribed to my channel who are watching me or have watched my videos, and I'm sure you want to know updates on how I'm doing. Of course, me doing a 30-day juicing fast, you would think, okay, she's, there's something going on here. Yes, I've gained weight, obviously. I have. I got down to 203 in 2014, which I was so happy about. Life happens sometimes and it throws some stuff at you. And, if you're an emotional eater like me, then you eat. That's what you do. So that was the option for me at the time was to eat and not worry so much on myself. Although I kept working out and eating better, still juicing on and off. I still over the past year, last year was a big year for me in traveling and my what I'm doing business aspect wise. God, I can't even talk. It's 11 o'clock after 11 at night. So, um, when you get comfortable sometimes in your lifestyle, you forget about your health. Last year, again, I was traveling a lot, so I didn't pay attention to, um, what I was eating. I was eating at new places, getting to travel a lot to places that I'd never been. So I would go back to food. When you're out, you don't really, it's just one of those things that happens. So you know, this year and last year, I had a lot of swelling in my legs. And I was like, okay, Holly, you got to get it together. You got to get it together. But we all know it's not until that moment we have to say, you really need to be concerned about your health. Because I've told you guys from the beginning on my other juicing fast that um, I'm doing this for my health. It's not so much the weight loss, it's the health. And that's what's more important to me, because I don't care if I'm still 200 pounds as long as I'm a healthy person. So I had swelling in my legs and my right arm, which I'm still having issues with, and I do not have insurance, and that's a big issue in the United States. As you guys know, we can't afford insurance. So I haven't been to the doctor in a really long time, and when I do, it's usually a clinic that does it's like a scale or something like that. Pay scale is what it is. So I probably will go to the doctor, to be honest with you, because I do have a place on my arm that's kind of raised. It's like a vein that's clogged. I don't even know. My leg also had a spot, but once I started juicing, my legs were pretty bad too, guys. I was concerned. Like, I was really concerned about edema, and I'm pretty sure if I would have went to the doctor, that they would have sent me straight to the hospital. I do see that I do have a viewer, and I will try my best to get over here on my YouTube. And if you're in chat and if you want to talk to me and ask questions, then I'll do that. But anyway, I was having swelling in my legs, and it really concerned me. And last year in the middle of the year, it really started up for me. Um, not eating right. I slacked off of my exercise, and I was like, okay, it was a week ago. I was like, I can't do this anymore. I was feeling really, really bad. My menstrual cycles were out of whack, and I was very hormonal. I was just not feeling good. Not, I mean, I was sick. I'm still sick to a point, but I guess. But I just wasn't feeling good. And the swelling, and again, my arm. It's only the right arm, which is weird. So I decided that I was going to do a 30-day juicing fast. Now, before, if you watched my videos, you've seen that I did do a 30-day juicing fast. Hey, Candy, I see you in there, baby. I had done a 15-day, and the reason I stopped there was because of a stomach virus that I got, and I was like, oh God. So, if you watch my previous videos, you see me talk about my past history with weight and dealing with that and trying to get it under control. And that's what I'm doing my best, and that's what I'm doing. But anyway, so let me tell you guys about currently what's going on within my day 8. This is day 8 of 30 juicing fast. I feel wonderful. The first few days, I lost 19 pounds. Now, I want to tell you guys that is a lot of weight to lose in just that short amount of time, but I did have a lot of fluid on me. I had a lot of fluid. The first 2 days of my juicing fast, I was peeing like crazy. Like, that's all I was doing, like peeing. And you know what? It concerned me before because I know that I probably have some kind of kidney issues or bladder issues going on there. I've had 3 kids. And of course, I think any mom who's had that, 3 kids, especially, vaginally, it's just, it takes a toll on your body carrying babies anyway, whether or not you have them naturally or not. But I wasn't going to the bathroom like I should. So releasing urine like I should. And I would end up getting urinary tract infections a lot. And of course, that was my own diagnosis. I know what they're like. I know how to treat them. And that and just depression, not feeling myself with my menstrual cycles. Again, they're out of whack. I would get very, very hormonal. And I'm going to tell you guys, I'm on day, like I said, day 8. I started my period yesterday. I know this is TMI, but you know what? Get over it. If you don't like it, don't watch this video. It's the truth. I'm telling you, this is how it really is. So yesterday I started my period, and it was like normal. I'm a heavy bleeder. That's something I do. It's just who I am. I've always been a heavy bleeder, but I didn't have issues. Usually I'll start just spotting, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel miserable. I feel bloated. I feel just awful. It's just PMS, people. It's not a pretty thing, but I feel great besides the bleeding part and the whole being a woman and having, your uterus falling away. It's miserable. But I feel great. I feel so, so good. And there's all kinds of aspects to juicing, which I'm going to get into. But again, the first 2 days, I lost 19 pounds. I'm down. I mean, not 19 pounds. Shit. Hold on. I'm going to have to drag out my book. It was 15 pounds, I think, maybe. I've got a book, by the way. I'm keeping a journal this time, which I didn't the other times. I actually wrote out notes on Facebook and kind of did it that way, and I've done vlogs. So I've lost 19 pounds altogether so far over the last 8 days. Today, I was at no weight loss, and I know that's because I am on my period, and that's fine. And I've told everybody, and I know this because of my research, that you will lose a lot of weight during the beginning of a fast, especially if you're doing a long-term fast like I am. And then it will start to taper off, and it will be like 1 pound every other day, 1 pound every 2 days or something like that. And still, that's extremely fast for some people. I think they say you're supposed to lose 1 or 2 pounds a week. Again, but if you do hold, like if you're holding a lot of retention, fluid retention and stuff like that, you are going to drop a large amount of pounds within the first week. I remember our first juicing fast, I done 7 days, and by the end of it, I was 16 pounds lighter. And, it was wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. I hate to say, I see you guys, comment on my videos still. They've got a lot of views. There's a lot of people who are against juicing, and that's fine. If I was against juicing, then I wouldn't be commenting on somebody's video. I look for videos to help motivate me. It's not so much about, what they're doing to lose it, unless it's something bad. You know what I'm saying? Motivation. A lot of people find my videos for motivation, and that's something that I want to do for people, is to motivate people. And I always have, no matter what kind of diet or lifestyle change that you're following. Now, I was vegan for 3 months of last year, and I broke it in January and ate chicken. Yeah, so then it went downhill from there, and I was like, screw it, I'm eating everything. So I was like on a train wreck, guys. I was like, toot toot, yeah, I'm going straight off the rails. And I did, and I paid for it, and I'm getting better. My juicing fast, of course, is I have everything to owe to that. And I originally found out about juicing from Fat, Sick, and Nearly Dead. Of course, anybody who does juicing mostly will tell you that's how they were inspired to juice. I found out about that documentary and I watched it in 2013, and I actually got to do my first juicing fast in 2014. I started out at 270 pounds. I'm not ashamed to say my weight. I own it. It's my weight. I can't hide it, and you guys see it. And I'm not trying to hide it from anybody. So I was 270 pounds, and I'm currently 251 pounds. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited to get back on track. I'm excited to get back to working out. Juicing is not for everybody. I will tell you that. I've had friends who have juiced, and it's like, hell no, I can't do this. I get off a juicing fast, and all I want to do is eat. It takes a lot of self-control, and it tests your mental state as far as how you feel about food, your relationship with food. And over the past, I'd say since 2008, since I started my weight loss journey, I was 300 pounds. Ever since then, I have been finding a new relationship with food. And it's took that long, and it's still taking that long because it takes a long damn time for us to rewire our brains on how we react to food. Because again, I'm an emotional eater. Whenever I'm happy, I eat. Whenever I'm sad, I eat. Whenever I'm lonely, I eat. You know what I'm saying? It's just whatever. Food's good shit. And then being in the Appalachian Mountains, of course, everything is soul food, and I love my soul food. But again, developing a different relationship with food. And I think that's what it's all about for everybody, and just educating yourself, because a lot of us are not very well educated on the right foods to be eating. And we have a lot of resources out there. It's just bullshit. A lot of people are against juicing, clean eating, veganism, vegetarian, stuff like that. They would rather see you on a bunch of pills than see you taking a lifestyle change like juicing, or to go to clean food, or and that's only because, of course, you guys know we have to feed the pharmaceutical companies, because that's how they make their money, is because we're sick. And that's just the truth of it. You can't deny that. So Candy, thank you. I see you over there, girl. Thank you for watching tonight too. Again, I wish I would have started my vlog at day one, because I'm excited about this. I have a really good feeling about this time, because when it comes to my health, it's no bullshit. In 2008, when I first started my journey at 300 pounds, it was because I was feeling like shit. I took my sugar and it was high, and I was like, well, I'm not doing this. So from that day on, it was like, what can I do to make it better? And I did, because listen, it's not easy. I went from counting calories to portion control. Then I found out about juicing and eating cleaner. And now I'm finding myself, I feel like, I'm going to get a little on the spiritual side. Candy, when I talk about spirituality, you always say, I always felt drawn to that path, to my path. I always knew. And you always know, like, with where my food or my lifestyle change is going, and I really see it sticking with vegan. And it's not because of the animals. I love animals, don't get me wrong, but it's just a lifestyle choice for me. Just knowing that these fruits and vegetables is what's right for my body. And I like meat. Hell, I'm a country girl. I grew up eating meat. I like meat. That's it. But it's just something that I need to do for myself. So it's a personal thing for me, and it works for me, and it's not going to work for everybody. And you should always find your path yourself when it comes to weight loss and your relationship with food, because it's something that we have to get over and through mentally. People want to lose weight quickly, but they don't want to have to deal with the mental issues that are behind it. And I don't say that as a bad thing. It's just that, again, our relationship with food and how we view food. So educate yourself. as much as you can and think outside of the box. And juicing is a good start. And I have been advising people because I have a lot of people asking about it because, of course, they see Holly losing 19 pounds in 8 days. What the hell are you doing? I need to do this too. Again, it's not a special pill. It's buying vegetables and fruits and juicing them, and that's what I do. When I juice, I've had this question too. How much do I juice? Preferably, you're supposed to do about 128 ounces a day. I cannot do that. That's a little bit much for me. That would have me going at probably 6 to 7 juices a day, and I just can't do it. I do have a problem with not drinking enough water. I can tell you that I've always had that problem. I've always, I switched to water a long time ago, but I still have an issue with making sure I'm keeping water down always. So I have to deal with that. And in my journal, I'm writing, I will show you guys later when I do another video, but I'm writing drink more water or get another juice in a day, because usually my juices, the way that they land is probably about 22 ounces with each juice. So I'll try to get at least 4 juices in. Sometimes I don't even get that, but I don't feel deprived. And this is the thing, is it's not so much if that you feel deprived or you're hungry. It's when you're sitting around late at night like this. I just made a post on Facebook about these big tater wedges laying on my counter, and I'm like, oh my God, any other night I would have whooped them babies down, and just mindlessly, you don't even think about it, and you just eat this stuff, and then afterwards you're like, I fucking feel like shit. Why did I do that? You're so down on yourself. Again, with the juicing fast, preferably they say about 128 ounces of juice. Now, again, I think that most of you, especially if you're just starting out with a juicing fast, that you want to do like a 3-day, just to like put your toe in the water to see how it is. Also, I want to tell you that you should consult your doctor before, even though I don't have a doctor and I never consulted them. But if you're diabetic and stuff like that, you of course want to stay away from them fruit juices. Any cleanse or any fast that you do, you want to do more veggies than fruits. Okay, so I have 1 fruit juice a day, so that's what my morning juice, and it's got carrots, oranges, a beet, a big old beet. I love beets; they're very earthy and wonderful. And prior to juicing, I had never ate them before. So I'll do that for a morning juice, and I'll have that once a day. And other than that, I'll do veggie juices, and I'll throw in maybe like something sweet in it that will help with the flavor a little bit. So with that being said, what else am I missing? You can have tea, by the way. So you see I have some tea here. I've got me some elderberry tea, and I have tea every day, and I still have my coffee, although a lot of people say not to do the coffee with it, but I do. It's something that I don't want to give up, and I don't think I should have to give up for that, because I don't do sugar at all. I let sugar go years ago, so I don't buy sugar from my house. I replace the sugar with organic local honey. And also, I'm allergic to milk anyway, so I can't have milk. So I do almond milk. And also I do, what else? God, there's so much. There's so much to tell you guys in one video. It's just crazy. You definitely, with the juicing fast, people ask me about supplementing. I don't. However, I do have some plant protein on hand just in case, because I've never made it to 30 days again. And just in case I have it, and I had bought it prior to me fasting because I wanted to put it into some of my juices just to give me that extra boost if I needed it. And I don't know if I'll need it or not, but if I do, it's there and I'll use it. And some people do supplement. I think there are other products out there, and I'm not even sure, because I'm just getting educated on that part too. And it wasn't until this year I actually started, speaking of, when I went to veganism, learned about quinoa and started cooking with quinoa instead of rice. So, I'm learning all the time about new foods, and how to cook them. And that's the scariest thing, too. I think when you're fasting, especially for this length of time, you have all this time to sit and think about food. Like recipes. I can cook like nothing else when I'm juicing. And I remember on my other juicing fast, I talked about this is, I can't eat these foods, some of these foods, but I can smell them. And smelling them sometimes is the next best thing to eating it. Because you turn into a bloodhound. You can sniff out anything and everything, and you know exactly what that scent is. Part of a juicing fast for me is, and this is what it should be about personally, it's a reboot for your host system. You are giving your body, your digestive system, a break. Your cells and everything are just, okay, we're getting a break here. And so, if you talk to people who have, had issues with certain, I want to say this right because I don't want to say that juicing cures cancer, but I will tell you that I've had friends who had cancer prior to juicing and no longer have cancer. I will put it that way because your body does, when you're juicing, it gives your digestive system a break. It also gives you really build up your immune system when you're juicing. And so it gives you a better chance of fighting off things. And a lot of the times our foods that we put in our body, our red blood cells and white blood cells are so busy fighting off our food that we put in our body because of the stuff that's in it, that we end up being left behind in other areas, so we end up sick. So yeah, that's that. And so again, day 8 on the juicing fast. I'm trying to remember any other questions that other people's had. There's so many questions. Where do I get recipes for juices? I will Google juices. I will go on rebootwithjo.com into the discussion area. Real people like me who are juicing, and they will give recipes. I try, you can't go wrong with a lot of things. With the juicing, I do advise for you to add some ginger because it helps with the stomach. So especially if you're doing a long-term juicing fast, you end up being kind of getting sick to your stomach, because especially with the veggie juices, not with the fruit, because come on, let's face it, we love us some sweet juices. So I do add ginger to every one of my veggie juices, which is every day, 3 to 4 times a day, and that helps with that. And of course, you can have the tea. You can have any kind of tea that you want, as long as it don't have sugar in it. And to keep up the water, about 128 ounces is what you're supposed to ideally have, but that's not really feasible for me, and I know it's going to be feasible for a lot of other people because it's hard to down that amount of juice in your body. Now, as far as working out, people's asked me if I'm going to continue working out. At first, I was going to take a break and just use this time to just relax and let my body recover and reboot. That way, when I was over this juicing fast and I started putting solid foods back in my body, that I could really, go to work then. But I really think that I feel so well at this point that I'm just going to go back into working out, and I'm just going to start out slowly. I have been walking a little bit, and that's low impact. You definitely don't want to overdo it. I've talked to other people who said, why wouldn't you work out when you was juicing? But, I always thought that maybe because this is a time for your body to detox, you were detoxing, you should relax. But hey, I guess this is, it's all up to you and how you feel. So that's how I feel about it. A lot of people think that they need to go straight into this extreme workouts. I don't. I've never thought that because, listen, when I started out with high school exercises like toe touches, sit-ups, the basics, because that's all you really need. You don't need all these diet pills. You don't need all these videos. You don't need anything but you and your education and feet and arms, you know, just get up and walk, just get up and do yoga, toe touches, jumping jacks, whatever it is. Start out slowly and just build yourself up and be patient with yourself because it takes time. Even without juicing, you know, that's something I had to come to realize is that this is not going to happen overnight. And if I stick to it, I'm going to see results. And a lot of people do not stick to it because they're not seeing instant results. But trust me, it's there, it's worth it when you just keep going. And I will tell you, during my last juicing fast, and you know, when I was working really hard on myself, which is 2014, I was really in shape because I started after I done my juicing fast is when I started working out. And I was like, okay, what parts of me that I really don't love? You know, I'm like, I'm not feeling these bat wings or like, see, you can tell where I've lost 19 pounds. I mean, honestly, I can tell a big difference. Okay, my boobs have shrunk, my bellies went down tremendously, my legs have went down tremendously. But you're left with your arms that you're not too fabulous about your bat wings and my belly, which is never going to be perfect. I've had 3 kids and I've had surgery from a gallbladder removal, so it's not a pretty stomach, and I don't care. I'm never modeling it, and you know it's never going to be on. Who cares? But I will work on my stomach and my inner thighs. They're ugly as fuck too. But I love me, you know? That's what I'm saying. You still have to love you. You know, you just can't sit there and ponder on all the bad things about yourself, but you can work on it and you can just learn to love it and learn to love yourself. Because ultimately that's what it's all about, people, is loving yourself and finding that fire within yourself and saying, you know what, I'm worth it, because everybody's worth it. And self-love is a really big step into that. Absolutely. And it's something that I found is the major tool because it helps with the mental aspect of weight loss, is getting over the fact that you're never going to be like everybody else, and you don't need to be like everybody else. You are you, you're original, you are one of a kind. And it's all about that fire. Usually everybody has the spark in them, but they just need to ignite it. It's like a Katy Perry song. You got to ignite the light, right? So you do, and let it shine. Like the 4th of July. But I hope I answered some questions. I know I'm not hitting everything, but I hope I am. And I plan on making more videos for you guys for vlogging my 30-day juicing fast. I definitely want to keep this up because I want you guys to know how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, what I'm doing, and giving any advice that I can. I'm not a professional. I'm just a stay-at-home mom. I'm a little bit of everything. We won't even go there. Candy in chat pretty much knows. She's on my social media. So I'm just a busy lady, and I like life, and I like living life to the fullest. And for me to be able to do that, I've got to be healthy to do it. And by God, I want to be healthy. So I want to go back to these tater wedges that I was sitting back on my counter tonight. As I sit down and I'm just relaxing because I took my kids to the circus tonight and we just had a good time. And I come home, they're in bed asleep, and I'm just sitting there, you know, getting my tea ready and stuff. And there's these tater wedges, and they're sitting on the counter, and they're taunting me. You know, because you're like a bloodhound. You can smell every damn thing in the house. If there was a Three Musketeers buried underground, I'm pretty sure I'd smell that bitch. So, so you know, me, I'm a big tater person anyway. And there's nothing wrong with potatoes, but they're not good really breaded and deep fried, okay? Um, but, you know, any other night, I would sit and eat them potatoes. And tonight, I had emotionally just battle inside of myself. And a lot of people are like, I bet you have a hard time. You know, it's a battle. And it is. Inside, it's like, no, yes, no, but. And a lot of people cave in because there's no one around to see you. See, that's another thing. Is like, as long as nobody's there to hold you accountable, first of all, they're not going to anyway. If they say anything, what are we going to do? You know, mind your own damn business. We're going to get defensive because that's who we are. Let's just get real with it. That's who we are. And nobody's going to tell you to put that down. It's all about you and the battle within yourself and how you have to overcome the battle within yourself. So I just wanted to tell you guys about that because I'm not perfect. Obviously, you know, I've done my juicing fasts before, and I'm not a yo-yo dieter either, believe it or not. Phew. Excuse me. I've been having detox symptoms, by the way, which you'll have. I'll get to that in a minute. I'm not a yo-yo dieter, by the way. Again, I want to mention that because I feel like everything that I've done on my path has led me up to where I am and where I'm going spiritually. Everything. It's just I know where I need to be. Oh, I just heard a banging, and I was like, "What was that?" Ooh, a kitty. That's the ADD in me. No, but there was something else. What was I going to touch on here? Oh, the detox symptoms. You will have detox symptoms, by the way. Runny nose, flu symptoms or cold symptoms. See, the symptoms ain't as bad this time as they were the first time. I guess because I was paying so much attention to what the symptoms were going to be because I had read so much about them. You will have flu symptoms, runny nose, which I'm having right. I've had that for the past 3 days. It's just like drainage, big time, like sinus drainage and everything down my. It's just yuck, nasty, and that's all part of detoxing as well. What else? The butt stuff. The first couple of days were the pee hole stuff, and then the next 3 days were kind of the butthole stuff, the other end. And, it seems like TMI for some people, but it's the truth. People want to know because, listen, am I going to shit myself to death on this whole juicing fast? You won't. No, absolutely not. Because as long as you're doing a juicing fast and your digestive system is no longer having to work overtime, then you don't have to worry about that because you ultimately just taper off and you don't. So, but you do at first, and that's only because of detox. And just think of it this way: you are getting rid of these toxins out of your body through urine, through pooing, and through the sinuses and the drainage and everything. That's all detox, and it makes me wonder. It really does, and I've been wondering a lot the past couple of days is just how much I am doing good for my body right now, and what changes have I made internally that I can't see or know about, and where I don't go to the doctor, I don't have insurance, I wouldn't know, except for the swelling. I knew about the swelling. My kidneys are not hurting. I'm peeing regularly like I should. Again, menstrual cycles are freaking awesome. I've been having a lot of problems there, and I call them my female issues. Sorry, my nose ring bothers me. Ugh, it sticks out like a booger. It's not a booger. But anyway, yeah, I forgot where I was. That's the ADD, and it's getting really late. Anyway, I'm going to wrap up this video. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you continue to follow me on my juicing fast. If you're on my social media, I post every day, and I would like to post every day here on YouTube. I know that I'm going to be doing some videos that are not live and just post them for you guys because I want you to see my pictures. I'm posting on social media my pictures because I'm proud of my progress. I'm proud of myself. I'm proud of the fighter within myself that I know is in everybody. And I want people to be motivated by that. I want people to understand, too, that it's not easy, that, everybody is capable of doing this, and you feel so much better, guys. Let me tell you, I know what depression feels like. I know what it feels like to be just stuck and feel like shit. You're not at your full potential. When you start doing it fast, and when you start eating better, and when you start exercising, the other side of that and looking back is like this big fog. And I've mentioned this in my previous videos before with the weight loss. It's like stepping out of a fog. It is. And you start looking around like, is this what it really feels like to live? Because it really does feel that way. I'm serious. I'm always a happy person, very outgoing, but, I hid a lot. I hide a lot. I'm one of those people. I hide a lot. When I'm feeling down on myself, I'm not going to tell nobody about it because that's my problems. That's something I have to deal with personally myself. And that's okay. But I didn't realize how much my food had, affected that part of me. So you don't want to point to your food and blame your food because it's our comfort, right? But it's the cold hard truth. So that's what I'm going to end with tonight. Love you guys, and plenty of love and weight loss. And again, hope you guys follow me on my weight loss journey and see where my progress takes me. I have so many ambitions and so much love for different things in life. And I have a lot of things on my bucket list. I say it's a bucket list, but it's really just a dream list that I say, you know what, I'm capable of doing this. I want to do this. And ever since I started that journey of self love, I've noticed myself doing things that I normally wouldn't have ever done before, and also see myself um, making it. I'm making my way for myself, and it's a beautiful thing. And everybody can do that. Everybody is capable of doing that. You're not meant to be stuck and depressed. You're not meant to be sick. You're not meant. This is not why we're here at all. So, again, love you guys. Plenty of love, lot, weight loss, everything. And I feel wonderful. And if you have any questions, just drop them below and I'll get back to you when I can. I promise. Again, I live a very busy life and I have so many things going on, but I will get back to you as soon as possible. Yeah, so bye, guys. Hopefully, I can get off this thingy here. Bye. Love you guys. Thank you, Candy, for watching tonight.